Good evening. I'm Tom Friel, and I'm honored to be here for the second year in a row to talk about the next part of the program. A year ago, I stood on this stage in a very different emotional state. Like many of you parents here tonight, I was the dad of a graduating conservatory senior. Honestly, it was a rough night for me and my wife. We were a mess of emotions. Pride for what she had accomplished, yet anxious for her impending move to NYU in the fall. Relief that she had made it through high school unscathed, yet anxious about her pending move to NYU in the fall. Excited about her future, yet did I mention anxious about her impending move to NYU in the fall? Well, let me be the first to tell you, especially for those of you who are experiencing your first graduating child, it's gonna be okay. It'll be kind of like the various stages of grief. Denial, she can't go. Anger, it's too soon. Bargaining, it won't be so bad, we'll see her at the break. Depression, it's too, after the break, I won't see her for how many months. And finally, acceptance. She made it through. She can do this on her own. And oddly enough, your child will experience the same thing. But it'll be more like when they come home for summer break and realize that the world didn't stop turning in their absence, that you actually got a little used to the newfound me time. And that yes, indeed, they still have to clean their room and get a job. Last year, I shared this story about Taylor and a journey that led her to theater. It was a great speech, I'm not gonna lie. I had a great speechwriter. But I'll spare all of us an additional 15 minutes of me unbiasedly telling you about how amazing she is. And I won't repeat it again tonight. It is on YouTube, though, if you want to check it out. Instead, I want to share a story about her brother, Zach, who, by the way, graduates from Faith this year. In 7th grade, while playing football, he broke his thumb. So during the healing process, he was unable to play football or basketball, but we still wanted to ensure that he stayed busy and choose something, anything, be involved regardless. In an unexpected twist, the kid who never acted, sang, or danced, other than the occasional family performances, again, also on YouTube if you're so inclined, he decided to go out for the middle school play, Get Smart, securing the role of chief. And he killed it, just ask him. And it didn't stop there. He went out for and got the lead role in the musical The Music Man, another stellar performance. Again, just ask me. When 8th grade rolled around, Zach's thumb had healed, and all of a sudden he realized he was faced with a dilemma. Even though he decided football was out, he did know he wanted to continue to play basketball, but he'd also been bitten by the performance bug. The problem, however, was that the two schedules conflicted with each other. Ultimately, Zach chose the basketball route. And 5 years later, I'm proud to tell you that my 6'8", 240-pound, size 16 shoe son will be playing basketball at the next level with a scholarship to boot. But Zach posed a very interesting question to us this past weekend that really made us think. He told us there are many times that he'd wondered, what if I'd chosen theater over basketball? Where would my college career be leading today? And it was oddly the same type of musings that Taylor had been faced with also in 8th grade year, when she had to choose between track or theater. We will never know, as both of these kids excelled phenomenally well in their chosen paths. Taylor in stage management and design, Zach in basketball, and he's sent to study sports management in college. But what we do know is this: education must include the arts. Without the arts, both of these kids, and yes, even my youngest daughter, Bailee, who was an amazing competitive dancer before she chose volleyball, they all may have never known what they were truly capable of doing, of expressing, of realizing. The arts spoke to Taylor's soul in such a way that she knew from the time she was a small child that she would study theater. For Zach, the arts taught him that he could be so much more than just a basketball player or just a football player. Both kids chose their current paths because of their passions. But it isn't amazing that both of them were positively affected by the arts in one way or the other. Whether your child goes to the next step of their education to study the arts or not isn't important. What's important is to realize that each and every one of these kids here tonight, be it future mathematicians, scientists, teachers, business leaders, athletes, and yes, artists, discovered a gift within themselves because of the arts. Your kids, through their own natural abilities and mentoring of the teachers here at Faith Lutheran, and the support of their fellow students, have fed the soul of so many who crave to be lost in music, feel emotion from visual art, or take a journey through a story acted out on stage, and experience flight through dance. And for that, specifically that, we wanted to create the Taylor Friel Scholarship to award their efforts and passions and simply say thank you. Your kids are amazing. The hardest part for my wife Shannon and I is not being able to give every single one of your kids an award. They are all so deserving. The awards are offered to all graduating seniors within the Conservatory of Arts for all disciplines and granted based on a review of student applications submitted to the Dean of the Conservatory and presented to the Faith Administration for final consideration. We are so impressed by the number of applicants for this year's awards and of the caliber of the students who applied. Honestly, it was a difficult decision to only choose 6 students. My wife and I, and Taylor, who is here with us tonight, are honored to be involved in recognizing your kids and look forward to seeing how their future unfolds. And for any of you out there with rising seniors, please encourage them to apply for next year's awards. It's the least they deserve for all they have done for us, their audience, for Faith, for themselves. Congratulations to the recipients. Thank you, and God bless.
We thank the Friel family for their generosity. For those people who are receiving their scholarships, today you'll receive your trophy, and then when you go to the finance office, you can receive the actual scholarship itself. And I know that you just heard him say this, but the people who selected the recipients of the scholarships were Dr. Book, Mr. Fogo, both Friels, and myself. For excellence in dance, the Taylor Friel Scholarship goes to Alexi Karras. For excellence in theatrical performance, the Taylor Friel Scholarship goes to Matt DeRigo. To explain a little bit more about the Friels, their generosity and their love, there were 2 such outstanding technical theater candidates, they decided to give them both a scholarship. So for outstanding performance in technical theater, the Taylor Friel Scholarship goes to Bailee Carmody and Madison Dahl. Outstanding work in the visual arts, the Taylor Friel Scholarship goes to Holmes. And lastly, for outstanding work in the vocal conservatory, the Taylor Friel Scholarship goes to Taylor C. Again, thank you so very, very much to the Friels. We're going to end our evening with the